Welcome back to this NIMBY rail series where we are rebuilding the entirety of the National Rail. This is the 8th episode in a series. We're going down the list in alphabetical order. Today is G for the Grand Central. So what we're going to do is we're going to come all the way down into King's Cross over here, but we are not going to be going into King's Cross St Pancras. Instead this time we're going to be creating a brand new platforms at King's Cross Station. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in just many platforms just in case we will need it eventually one day. And unlike what I did at King's Cross, is I'm going to get rid of all of that. So really quickly, what I'm going to do is rename that to King's Cross. We're already costing 32 million and I haven't even gone anywhere just yet. So from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to take one of our lines and kind of just bring it through here. And we're going to bring it just underneath all of this. And then we're just going to come underneath all of this too. And just to help for now, all I'm going to do is come around to here, and basically we're just going to come around. What we're going to do is we're just going to put in another platform at Finsbury Park because we will be needing this for next episode. But because we don't stop here, I'm just going to create an extra bit of track just going straight past like this. I'm also going to come back here and just also put that into there. And I'm also going to make a curved track like that as well, so at least we can go in either way. But from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put us back onto the main line here. And just all the main stations is I'm just going to skip past all of them. So I'm just going to put this through all of these. So we're going to come pretty much zooming all the way down this line. This station has not been renamed, but I will just do that very quickly. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to curve that into there for now. And after this tunnel section here is I'm just going to take us out of the tunnel and basically just come along Potter's Bar Station here. And then kind of just go straight through like this. If you haven't already noticed, the but the map has been updated. This is due to the update 1.10, which came out as a recording last night. I mean, it is night now, so it would be from yesterday. But I think from there, what we're going to do is we're just going to stay on this track because there's not many stations to go through. And from here, we're going to come all the way up to Grantham Station over here. So from here, we're just going to just come off here. And the first little annoying bit of the tracks will come in just here. But basically we're just going to follow all of this section, even zooming out just to see where we're going. Just going to very quickly tunnel under that section of track. And we're just going to continue through like so. We're going to come over that, just tunnel underneath that road. And then continue up to Doncaster, and then we just curve up this section that was liking it a second ago, but now it isn't. But I'm going to just force it to work just by moving it just slightly over a tiny bit. But now I don't like this kind of like little weird kink in the road, in the track. We are now going into Newark Northgate here, and from here what we're going to do is we're just going to come underneath all of that and then bridge over this little river, and so will that one. So we're going to go across Church Lane Crossing there, and then basically here is kind of just a guess where to go, but I can kind of see where we're going for now. So come on that side and then come along this section, then kind of make sure that works. I was just going to say that road seems to be liking that for now. So just like so, we're going to just continue coming all the way round. Will it like it? We'll see. I say yes, it will. But just like this, we will manage to come along here. Oh my gosh, that is horrible for me. We will fix that, kind of. Not by much. But we will tunnel underneath the road and continue to go up if that will let us. Just barely. So right here will be Retford Station, so I'm going to put in just one platform there, and we will be on the higher platform just up here. Basically, I'm going to have to manipulate this the way so it allows it as one entire station. So I'm just going to barely touch that one to be allowed to rename this entire station as Retford. So we're just going to have that something like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be bridging over the top of both lines here. And I'm just going to have this come through along something like this. So at least we can have, so we can come back to Retford and have both lines working fully. What I will also do very quickly though is just move this slightly over a little bit because it's not exactly the greatest. So from here we're just going to bridge over this river. And then from here it is, I would say a straight line, but it really isn't, because we're going to start curving up here. And then we will slowly but surely, well, when I say that, I am literally speaking of this section here. We'll be curving around this entire town section here. And then coming through along whatever section this is. And then coming into here where we will enter into Doncaster Station. But what I'm also going to very quickly do is just quickly also tunnel underneath the roundabout there and then head for the further platform there and then just curve off that bit and also use this bit to go into there and then also be like a third line coming along, goes into there and also goes into here. Which what I might do is just remove that section entirely so at least we can use all of the platforms here at Doncaster. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to be using this one just here and then we're going to bridge across all of this with one branch going this way, another branch going this way, which is the one that we will be using in today's episode. So I'm also just going to very quickly just do something like this as well. And also this section here, which I'm just going to add in for now. And then this section will come up and come into platforms 1 and 2 over here. So I'm also just going to quickly bridge this one over and just have that go into that. And then also carry this one on to also go down that line too. But from here what I'm going to do is we are just going to kind of just say fuck this shit and bridge over that and then continue our way through. So from here this section of the branch here will go towards Sunderland, and this line what we're going to do first is go over to Bradford. So we're just going to quickly go all the way through Askerton here and then make our way to our first station of Pontefract. Not even our first station after Doncaster will be. I'm just going to come back, just move that one slightly over, and then we're just going to slowly but surely make our way around this bend here. So I'm going to put in this here and we're just going to tunnel underneath this section here and come up something like so. And then over here will be the station we want of Pontefract Monk Hill. So I'm just going to do something like this. Just move this over so at least that likes it like that. So after Pontefract Monk Hill, we are just going to come straight into Pontefract Tan Shelf. We are not going to be stopping here. but we are going to be coming through these stations. Next one will also be Featherstone, which we will also not be stopping at. And then we're going to come all the way along here to Street House, which, like the others, we are not stopping at. This should be the final one before Wakefield. So we're going to just barely skip over that one and then come into this one down here. And then just start. So I'm going to come underneath this. And then over this river here. So we're going to come up here and we are going to be turning left here. And in this spot will be Wakefield Kirkgate. So I'm just going to put that in there and kind of just make this curve a little bit better. Something like that. So from here, we're just going to come all the way here and just bridge. I don't even need a bridge. Well, I needed to go across all of them, and apparently I did need a bridge all the way through. So basically what we're going to do is we are just going to continue following this line. I think we are actually up here. Probably make a little bit more sense. I'm going to stay up here for now and just follow through all of this section. Come all the way around over this little bit here. Definitely didn't press as soon as my mouse moved there, but we are going to be coming along this section here that will require a bridge. I was kind of hoping it didn't, but from here we're just going to come through all of this section, just constantly needing either a bridge or a tunnel along here. And here will be Ravensthorpe Station, but we will not be stopping here. So we are just going to continue going along. So with that bit, we come round here to Murfield Station. So I'm just going to move that, do something like this and put in the town name. And then link this up. So we're just going to curve back onto the line here, just bridge all the way over. And from here, we're just going to continue coming basically straight along that junction. And straight over all of these rivers too. No doubt I will probably be crossing that again in a minute. So I thought that bit there was the station, but no, it is actually over here. So we're just going to put in the station of Brick House over in this section here. So we're going to curve like that. And from here, we are going to come to our next station of Halifax. So we're just going to continue down this section of the line. Just moved over a slight bit in case we need to use another section, but here we will be coming onto a bridge just across all of these sections. And we will just continue going straight until about here, where I'm also going to bridge over these bits too. So from here, the line continues, but we will not be needing it because we are going to be curving off here and going into Halifax, pretty much just down the road from here. So we're just going to come all the way around this section here and along through here, and up here will be our station of Halifax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a curved station here, with the station going through up there and the station being around about there too. I'm just going to move this up a little bit so at least the platform is close enough to 200 meters as possible. Anyways, from here we are going to be going into a tunnel. We're going to be coming through all of this area, and around about here we will come back up and then through this entire section here. And we're going to just very quickly tunnel underneath this road, and then we're going to come pretty much zooming all the way through here. It does appear that we also tunnel from here through this section here. and over here will be our next station of Low Moor. So now that we're out, we're just going to curve into the station like so, and then we're just going to come straight out of Low Moor and go up to Bradford. So just tunnel underneath all of that mess there, continue going up, and in this section here will be our station of Bradford interchange. So I'm just going to have one platform just sitting over there and another one just in here, and for now we will be using the left side platform, but I will also just have a track going off to the side and into that one in case we need it in the future. And with that line done, we now go all the way back over to Doncaster. So from here, what we're going to do is we are going to kind of go all the way up to our next station of York first. So we're just going to follow this line, I would say, as far as we can without distractions or any interruptions, but we do hit our first one. I know I've kind of curved this very badly, but we will be going that way. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm also just going to kind of make sure this bit works as intended. So we're just going to tunnel underneath all of that and just fix this little kink there. So we're just going to continue going in a straight line basically towards Hambleton over here, as you can see the line coming through there. But firstly we're going to bridge across that and then continue our way going through. Then over that river just there and back on with our trails here. And then just here we will meet up with this line, but I'm just going to run alongside it for now because it is just one way into York, and that is through this section here. And then I'm just going to put this into there, and then this line can go into there, and this one will just have fun going in there. But unfortunately for us, we will be needing that platform 2 just over here. So we're going to turn a left out of York and come up this line all the way up to North Anderton over here, where we are going to be curving off the line and going towards Sunderland. So we're just going to go all across all of that and through here. So from here what we're going to do is we are just going to kind of make our own way up to... Oh, no, never mind. I found the way. I was just going to say we are going to kind of make our way all the way up, sure, to our next station of Eaglescliffe. But with that little bit, we can kind of guide ourselves in the correct direction. So I'm just going to kind of curve upwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move myself over to this side of Picton, and we're just going to come into this little gap. So here we're just going to come through this little useless station here and then come up here. Also just going to move that over because from here we're just going to bridge all over there, and we're also going to very quickly bridge all over this and also that road too. And our next station of Eaglescliffe will be just here. So we're going to do that, and then there is also a curve of track off going to that way. So after Eaglescliffe, we are just going to continue down the line and just come all the way through here. What was that lag? Holy. Well, next station is Stockton, but we are not stopping here, so I'm just going to have a little curve around the entire station, but I am also just going to put it through, and then we're just going to continue up this line like so and curve around that bend, where we are going to come to the next station, which is around here Then up here, which will be Billingham. Unfortunately, we don't stop here, and we also have to just go through the station. Unfortunate. But next station will be whatever the fuck name this is. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to just come around. Oh my gosh, I can't go around that way. Oh well, I'm going to make it work. Haha, fuck you, game. And I'm just going to have a curve off for the station there. Although it is not our station, but the next station will be our station, and that will be Hartlepool Station. So I'm guessing we're just going to come around this bend here. So I am going to put it in as a curved station. So I'm going to put that in there and also have this up here. So now I am just going to put in the station kind of just like this. Very strange shape, but I guess we just have to deal with it at this point. And we're just going to come around this bend and just continue on with our day. I'm joking, we're not going to continue on with our day because of this game. So we're going to tunnel under this and continue with our day, hopefully. So we're just going to come around this bend here and come up towards what should hopefully be the right way. So I'm just going to actually remove this section and just come on a right hand turn over here. And from here, we are just going to follow this line up here. And up here will be the next station of Horden. But for us, we get to just skip this station entirely. Yippee, who would have seen that one coming? So I'm just going to connect that up to the station and kind of make sure it's not as bad. From here, we are just going to... Oh, that looks funny. Apart from that, we are just going to continue on with way it will let us go. I'm just going to assume this bit here is the tracks and just continue following them. Sure, why not? And then we come around this bend here. Hopefully, we'll see. And then we come into our next station of Seaham, which we also can't go past. But it also isn't our station. And now from here, we are kind of going to just do something like this and make it underneath here. Hopefully that will let us just come straight through, and it does. So we're going to continue coming along here, and here we go into a tunnel, which we kind of curve around. And in this spot here will be where the station will be. So I'm just going to move this back a little bit, maybe to about there, come back all the way down to about 200 meters. And then just have this come through like that. And now that we have the line all the way up to Sunderland done, that will mean that the entirety Grand Central is complete and finished. And with the Grand Central done, as you can see on the screen now, you can see that the Grand Central is the second cheapest line to build after the C2C, being 350 million and the Grand Central being 580. So we're going to build all blueprints. So we're going to come over to lines. We are going to put in the Grand Central. So I'm going to put King's Cross to Bradford as the first one. We're also going to put it as our usual settings, put in the hex code of 1D, 1D, 1B. We're going to add stops to the line. So we're going to start off with using this first platform here. And I'm just going to zoom out and go all the way up to Doncaster, and hopefully it's using the line we just put in. We come up this line to Pontefract, Monk Hill, Wakefield, Kirkgate, Murfield, Brickhouse, Halifax, and Bradford interchange. Then we just come down the line like so. Like that. Alright, yeah, let's do it to that one, so at least it works perfectly fine. So we're going to purchase brand new trains for this line. So we're going to scroll through here, and we're going to go to the 221 Super Voyager. So for this, I'm just going to put in 2 trains for now, because it is a 4 train per day service that they run, but I'm just going to do it every 2 hours for now. And I am also going to do the King's Cross to Sunderland line. So we're going to put it in the 4 north at King's Cross, and we're going to go all the way up to the same platform at Doncaster, and then come in at the 4 north at York. So we're going to zoom in at Thirsk over here, and we're going to come into North Allerton as well, and then we're going to come up this line to Eagles Cliff, Hartlepool and Sunderland only. So we're going to come back over to Hartlepool, Eagles Cliff, North Allerton and Thirsk, the 3S at York, the 5 down at Doncaster, and all the way back into King's Cross. So for this one, we are going to go down to the BR Class 180, and unlike the King's Cross to Bradford service, which has 4 trains per day, this one has 6, so I'm just going to put in 4 trains, and it is every 1 hour 24. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just fast forward a full day of in-game time to see how much money the Grand Central makes in a single day. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. So as you can see here, the King's Cross to Bradford line makes 350,166 in its first day, and the King's Cross to Sunderland made 989,029, meaning the Grand Central made a total of 1.3 million, or in total 1,339,195. Anyways, that is it for the Grand Central, costing 580 million and producing 1.3 million in revenue. Next episode will be the Great Northern, so kind of similar lines out of King's Cross as today's episode, not going as far, but we will see next episode. Goodbye.